And we are recording. Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by the following publishers, starting with Evil Genius Games and the Everyday Heroes core rulebook. This tabletop RPG will allow you to run modern fiction adventures, but it also serves as the base to enjoy many source books featuring intellectual property such as Highlander, Pacific Rim, Universal Soldier, just to name a few. Then we have Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have also released the Pay What You Want tabletop RPG Daughters of Lamb, where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. Excuse me. Then we have the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. And check out their free tabletop RPG, the Red Roleplaying Game, a generic system that can handle any sort of theme, genre, flavor, setting that you can think of. All of the links to these amazing publishers will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today we are doing a very special actual play. As you can see, I have with me VTuber Yukiro Fate. You have seen her in Vampirevania and in many of my video game collabs. We are going to be playing the first ever cooperative GMless tabletop role-playing game session that doesn't feature like a conversation about the game or telling stories about the game. It's one of a kind. Now, Yukiro, you have never done something like this before, right?
Nope. Never in my life.
For those of you that do not know, this sort of mode in tabletop RPGs is not easy. A lot of people aren't exactly sure how to roleplay and generate the results and who gets to come up with the interpretation of the results. So in the case of Yukiro and I'm going to start the session. I'm Aldred, the Wasteland Scavenger, and Yukiro is another version of herself. In Vampirevania, you have seen Yukiro Fate, but this is a different Yukiro Fate, a Yukiro Fate that exists in the setting of machine gods of the Noxian Expanse. This is in the far future, a science fantasy setting where the AIs have taken over. The artificial intelligences are deities, kings, queens, and humanity has forgotten everything about their past. So we went into a state of a neo-feudalism type of thing. Medieval mixing with some very advanced machinery devices, but because people have forgotten, they think that the devices are magical. Mutants, all of that, anything that could be explained by science, they think that it is something otherworldly. Now, Yukiro, why don't we start by with you telling us a bit about your character?
Okay. Well, hailing from the Iron Valley, I work as a rather odd job at fortune telling. Though some might say my methods are a little bit questionable, but cross me and you may see the end of the sword. Just, for your information, that is your fate. I can't change the fates. The fates are what they are. I'm a little bit lazy, so I don't like working very much. But when I do, I might ignore your orders if you come up with a better solution and just go face first into trouble with my big old great sword. Because I don't care. Why should I wait? I've left my home to discover why the ancient machinery, security systems of playing up and doing all weird stuff with the animals and people around my hometown.
Now, that's a very good point because that's somewhat related to how my character met Yukiro's character. I'm going to be playing as Aldred, the Wasteland Scavenger. My stats are horrible, are abysmal. My character was born with a less than athletic body. Yukiro is going to be the tank. I'm more of a caster type of guy. I'm not even the best at that. But I have somewhat decent willpower. Now, Aldred and his brother, they used to explore ruins near their wooden cabin home. However, when they triggered a trap during an expedition, Aldred's older brother Mercurio shoved him out of the way and was struck with a strange beam by a strange beam of pink light. Mercurio is now turning into a statue of metal, circuits, and glass with each passing day. So Aldred feels a bit guilty because he was incompetent. He basically could have jumped out of the way or whatever, but now Mercurio took the blow for him. And now Aldred is searching the land in order to find a way to cure his brother, and that's how he met Yukiro, because he was wandering near Yukiro's home, and he saw how the security mechanisms activated, and the cannon shot at an animal, and the animal was affected by the beam and was also turning into a statue. So Aldred got really curious, talked with Yukiro, and now they have both decided to figure out the truth behind these security systems. If there is a way to reverse the effect. And in the case of Yukiro, she just wants to deactivate the security systems because, like I told her, I don't think it's very comfortable to be in your Porsche and suddenly the cannons start shooting at you.
Yeah,
So-
it's not the greatest.
So let's see how it goes. And now, as like with many of my solo actual plays, this is going to be a bit like a tutorial. We're going to be explaining the steps that we are following, because this is contains a series of tables. And big thanks to Alex Trejo, Alex Trejo. Sorry if I confused your name, Alex. But the author, Alex, let me check the cover. Oh, Alex, so modest. He didn't put his name in the cover. Let me see. Alex T. So Alex T, he actually supplied Yukiro with the books so that we can play this game. So we are very thankful for that. And he has a series of tables here that we can employ to generate everything. So I'm going to be saying things like rolling on this table. And then I'm going to come up with the interpretations. I will give the example to Yukiro, and I will let Yukiro know when it's her turn to come up with the results by telling her turn end or turn ends or whatever. Now, Yukiro, just to make things a bit more clear, in the Discord, you have the explorations of the Expanse channel with the exploration procedures there. But if you have some, if you think that the tables do not apply or you don't want to use one of the tables, just wing it. Roll whatever table you want, although the process is really good. So I think you will enjoy it. And the Exploring Ruins table, that's when we find ruins. Okay, let's try this, because like I said, the only cooperative tabletop RPG actual play here in YouTube is the one that I did with Josh of Steam Build Riders, but even that one is a storytelling tabletop RPG hybrid. It's going to be different. This is one of a kind. And so it begins. I roll on the environment table, the point of interest table on page 58 to determine the area we are currently exploring. Ancient ruin.
Oh.
We start in D5. It is advisable that you write down, anybody watching, D5 on your notebook or wherever, not to get lost in the maps. I roll to determine the weather using table on page 60. Foggy. A thick Fog blankets the area, making it hard to see more than a few feet ahead. Visibility is reduced by 10 feet. All perception checks have disadvantage.
Oh dear.
I roll to determine the terrain. Page 59. Better to use the terrain table on the general channel.
Yeah, 'cause it's sideways.
It's a hill.
Okay.
I roll to determine the 4 surrounding sections. There's the north, the east, the west, and the south. Rolling to determine the point of interest in the north table. Only the point of in the north section. Only the point of interest because we still do not know what is in that section. Rolling on page 58. There's a canyon in the north. So the canyon is located on D4. Rolling on the east. The point of interest on the east. Rolling on the landmark table to determine the landmark. Landmark table located in page 62. A steel structure, similar to a skyscraper on the east. Skyscraper on the east, which would be E5. E5, skyscraper. Rolling to determine the landmark in the south. Emptiness. Nothing. A vast expanse of nothing in the south, which is D6. Rolling to determine the west. Another landmark. Rolling to determine the landmark on page 62.
Whoa.
A hill on the west. C5 hill. As Aldred, I look at Yukiro and say, well, we are pretty close to those ruins over there, as I point to the closest ruins. But we do have some options to explore, perhaps going to the canyon up north, or that structure of the ancients. I believe they call them skyscrapers on the east, because in the south I don't see anything, and in the west there are just a few hills. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should definitely check out that. What did you call it? A skyscraper? That
A
big thing.
skyscraper, I think. Yeah. It would require us to move away from our current region. It could we would have to spend some rations probably.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. I've heard so many horrible tales about Aldred coughs as he adjusts the ropes and rags covering his frail body. I heard so many stories about adventurers meeting their end inside of ruins.
Well, that's never stopped me before. My sword will just smash anything that gets in our way.
Ah, yes, and you're a fortune teller, right? I'm sure you have seen something good in our near future, hopefully.
Yeah, I foresee a lot of smashing of swords against things.
Let's go near those ruins. Let's examine them. After you, of course. I'll keep watch from behind with my bow.
Okay. I march happily forward, but with my hand on the hilt just in case.
Turn ends. The ruins must now be generated on page 70. Page 70 on the core book. First, determine the size of the ruins. The size is found on page 71.
Oh, 71, got it.
Ruin size table on the left. A D10.
D10. Okay, let's see. It's a small ruin.
Ah, it looked much larger from a distance.
Well, you know what they say. Things always look smaller when you're up close.
Ah, yes, I see. The conditions need to be determined. In order to determine the conditions,
Oh, I see. Another D10.
roll on page 72. Page 72, roll a D10.
Oh, this places a furnace, causing you to have disadvantage on all con checks.
As Aldred I speak, it feels a bit warmer as we approach, don't you think?
Yeah, why is it so hot here? Do skyscrapers normally exude this much heat?
Not that I have seen in the old legends. I never heard about something like this. Now, to determine the next feature. Area layout, page 71. D10.
We have a lovely corridor.
How odd for them to place a corridor as the first room. And why is it open? I wonder if anybody else or someone has explored this place before.
I mean, potentially. Maybe that's why it was open.
I don't like this. Perhaps you are the fortune teller here, but I'm getting an ominous feeling about this.
It's definitely not looking very fun, but I don't see anything down this corridor. I think we're okay to explore a little ways in.
Oh, okay. But we still have light from outside. I think it's much better for me to pull out my lantern. What do you think?
I think I'm going ahead, and I just walk off.
Wait for me. As Aldred, I hurry behind her, lighting the lamp, almost stumbling, trying to keep up. Roll on the room contents, page 72.
Let's see. Ooh, a D6. Okay. There's nothing of interest here. I say we keep going.
An empty room. But it is so strange. All of the skyscrapers that I have seen in the old legends, they are just like tower type of structures that go up, and they don't have too many rooms and corridors. Do you think there is a stranger purpose to it all?
I mean, you're the expert on structures. I haven't got a clue. Maybe this place has already been raided and there's just nothing left. What do you think?
Let me look around. As Aldred, I pace around the room, using my lantern to illuminate the walls. Roll a d4 to determine the number of exits. A d4.
I got 3.
As Aldred, I exclaim, well, we have the south entrance we used, but it looks like there is another, yes, an archway on the north, and another one on the east.
Which one do you think we should take?
As Aldred, I scratch my head. Roll a d10 to see if there is trouble.
No, a 1.
Ruin encounters. Roll on page 75. 1d10.
Okay. Oh, we have teleportation.
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's what it says on the sign.
Roll once for Yukiro, once for Aldred. A d6, a 6-sided die. D6.
2 for me and 5 for you.
Aldred is teleported to the entrance of the structure, while Yukiro is sent to an unknown area. Roll on the room detail verb, page 73. 1d100.
Oh, okay. I don't have a D100.
Two 10-sided dice. or the 10
That'll do.
sided die twice. The first one counts as tens, the other one as ones.
32. Let's have a look. What's that?
There.
Oh, a dare. What's a
Roll
dare?
the room detail on page 74 and add it to there.
$94. Weakness.
Their weakness. Come up with the interpretation of the room.
Their weakness. The room has a very thin beam and giant hole, and in order to get across, Yukiro is going to have to balance very carefully, and she doesn't like heights very much.
Roll the relevant attribute using your judgment to determine the difficulty. The difficulty table is found in the Machine General chat channel. Second table.
General.
Near the bottom. Difficulty table. The target number must be met or rolling above that.
Oh, where am I looking? Machine General.
In Machine General chat, go all the way down and you will see,
I see.
For tables, there is one that says difficulty. Roll according to how you envision. If it's average, hard, very hard.
I'm gonna say this is about hard, maybe.
Now roll a d20, adding the bonus of an attribute that applies, if it applies.
That's probably gonna be my dexterity. I don't have any modifiers. That's just like 11.
If the number was not met or rolled above, it is a failure.
Okay, 7 plus 18. So I just about make it. I walk across, holding out my greatsword as a balancing act, and I almost slip, but I manage to jump across just in time.
As Aldred, I exclaim, "Blast! Where is she?" I walk inside, hurrying up with the lantern, and stop before entering the room, and yell, "Yukiro, can you hear me?" I roll on the yes or no table to determine if Yukiro can hear Aldred. Yukiro can hear the sound of Aldred coming from the west.
I look to the west and I yell, "Just about! I'm over here somewhere."
Hey, Yukiro, if I can hear you, but I don't know if I enter this room, what if I get teleported into another direction?
Well, I guess I'll have to come to you then.
But if you enter that room, you're going to be teleported again.
Yeah, that's true. Do you say any other way around?
Aldred scratches his chin and exclaims, Well, we must have triggered the teleportation effect somehow. What was I doing before that happened? I was walking around the room, looking for the exits. Could it be that I stepped on something?
I mean, maybe. I'll see if I can smash something in this room to shut it down.
Ah, but in the room where you are at, or do you mean the room we were at the beginning?
Yes.
Roll on the room contents table on page 72 to determine what is in the room where you are currently at. 1d6 room contents.
I've potentially triggered a security system of some sort.
Another one. Roll.
Yep. While smashing things, I triggered another security system.
Roll on page 75. Security system.
Oh. I get teleported again. Whee!
Roll a d6.
I got a 1.
Yukiro finds herself teleported. Roll on the room feature 1d6 on page 76. 6-sided die on page 76.
The brazier.
And roll on page 73 and page 74 to combine all of the results into an interpretation. Verb first in 73. The verb 1d100. 2 10-sided dice. One is tens, the other one is ones.
Oh, okay. Transform.
Transform. Roll on theme in the next page.
Hang on. 28. 28. 28.
Desire.
These. Oh, okay.
Brazier, transform, desire.
This security system transforms Yukiro into a big, muscly woman. Her deepest desire to be the strongest there is.
Roll a d10 to determine if there is something else inside the room with Yukiro.
7.
There is nothing else. As Alred, I look inside my pack while muttering, mumbling. There's got to be something that I can use. Perhaps. I guess I'll use my trusty walking stick. I'll try to poke. Yes, Yukiro would like that. Hey, Yukiro, can you still hear me? Rolling on the page, yes or no, Oracle. Page 40 to see if Yukiro can hear Aldred. No sound. Yukiro, silence. Nothing responds to Aldred.
I'm very much distracted, and I've got my both arms up, and I'm just checking out my muscles, flexing.
Roll 1d4 to see if there are exits leading outside of the room.
1.
Yukiro spots a single corridor. Roll a d4 to determine the direction. 1 is north.
What's 3?
South. A single corridor to what Yukiro
South.
considers to be the south. But it is unknown. As Aldred, I cautiously begin moving across the room, touching every single section of the floor with my walking stick, seeing if there is a pressure plate. I roll to determine if there is a mechanism or a plate that goes down under the poking walking stick. As Aldred immediately identifies a pressure plate, I immediately exclaim, now I'm getting somewhere. I'll head towards the east, maybe. Yukiro, why do I... Now I find talking to myself. Brother, give me strength. I must continue. As Aldred, I proceed towards the east where the voice of Yukiro was coming from. Now Yukiro is in front of the corridor, admiring her muscles as well.
Yeah, I'm still admiring my muscles as I'm walking down the corridor, not even paying attention to what's going on around me.
Roll to determine if it's a corridor or a room. On page 71, the D10 area layout.
It's just a corridor.
Another corridor is found. Roll in the number of exits, 1d4. Roll 1d4 to determine the exits from the corridor.
There are 3 exits. I see 3.
There is no sound yet from Aldred. Yukiro can see that as she crosses the corridor, 1 is the exit from where she comes from, and 3 others at the end of the corridor, and 1 more on the north, 1 other on the south, if any orientation is to be taken into account. Roll a d10 to see if there is an encounter.
1.
Roll on the Ruin Encounters table on page 76, d20.
It's a ghost protocol. I look at this thing and I say, what the heck is that? And I pull out my sword and poke at it.
Ghost Protocol. The information for the Ghost Protocol is found on page 99. A security AI manifests as an armored phantom. Yukiro must roll initiative 1d20 plus the initiative value.
No, I didn't have any added value, did
Roll
I?
a single d20.
13.
Roll a d20 to determine the. The
Oh, the
Ghost
Ghost
Protocol has
Protocols?
20. The Protocol has 20. The
Oh.
Ghost Protocol takes action
Oh, he has
first.
20. Oh, he has 20, yeah.
As Yukiro approaches the strange entity, roll to determine the action taken by the Ghost Protocol on the Machine General chat channel. Enemy action at full health. It's the table under the difficulty table.
Oh, I see. So 1d6.
1d10.
Oh, 1d10. Got it. 3, so it is a standard attack.
The semi-transparent protocol entity brandishes one of its arms as a blade against Yukiro.
I jump a bit back and I use my greatsword to block its attack and parry it.
Roll the defense check. In page combat section 29. No, roll d20 and add your defense value. Defense rating.
Oh, so that's +5. 17.
The Ghost Protocol has a hard difficulty. Check the difficulty table. 17. Yukiro manages to avoid the attack just in time. In a fraction of a second, it would have scored a hit, but she was too fast. And now Yukiro can take action.
I use both my hands and I use it to slash at the Ghost Protocol.
Roll and add your strength modifier.
Which is +1. 18.
Roll damage.
Okay, what is the damage roll? I can't find that one.
In the character sheet?
Yeah.
In the weapon section? In front? Just near the bottom?
Oh, I see it. I'm just blind. So it's D12.
Roll a d12.
Oh, I've never rolled a D12 before. So that one? Yeah, that one. Okay. Two.
The composition of the Ghost Protocol negates the damage completely as it phases in and out of reality. The damage is reduced by 2. The Ghost Protocol takes action once more. Roll on the general chat table to determine the attack. The enemy action. 1d10.
Oh, 5 this time.
Standard attack.
Oh, it's
once
still standard.
more.
That's okay.
The Ghost Protocol makes a horizontal cut against Yukiro.
I use my sword again to try and parry it.
Roll, adding your defense rating. D20 plus your defense rating.
15.
The blade connects. Roll 1d6 plus 1 damage to see how much damage was dealt to Yukiro.
3, so that's not bad. That hurts, but it's not bad.
A brilliant cut is traced. Superficial, but still significant. Now Yukiro can take action.
I scream, "You will not hurt me again. This I foretell." And then I swing my giant sword at it.
Roll a d20 plus your strength.
19, which means I get a critical hit due to my precision warrior.
Double damage. D12, multiply the result by 2.
So 4.
Part of the ghost protocol disappears as the phantom-like knight still has half of its body moving around, but it's close to being eliminated surely. The spectral knight stabs at Yukiro's abdomen with its arm blade.
I jump to the side to try and avoid it.
Roll d20 with a +1 bonus and your defense rating.
Ooh, this is going to be high. 23.
Avoiding the attack completely. And now Yukiro has a chance to act.
I tell the ghost armor thing, "I told you wouldn't hit me again." And then I lunge forward with my greatsword.
Roll a d20. +1 bonus in attack plus your strength value. Strength modifier.
13.
Missing completely. The apparition quickly moves to the side and slashes downwards against Yukiro's head.
I pull up my sword and I use it as a shield.
Roll a d20 plus your defense rating. The difficulty is reduced to average, 14 or more.
Oh, I rolled a 5. I rolled a 10 plus 5, so 15.
Parrying the attack just in time. And now Yukiro can take action.
I push it back with my sword, and then I strike at its head.
Roll a strength check first. D20 plus your strength value.
18?
And so the entity is pushed back. Make an attack roll. D20 with advantage. So 2 D20s. Take the best result. 2 D20s. Take the best result.
15.
Missing by a hair's breadth. By an inch. The ghostly knight roll to determine the action. On the Machine General chat channel, 1d10 enemy action, but this one using at 50% or less health.
Oh, it flees.
The apparition vanishes, speeding away into nothing.
I yell after it, "See, I told you wouldn't hit me again. I foretold it."
As that occurs, Aldred continues walking into the room where Yukiro was. Aldred mutters to himself, let's see, so she was here, but nothing happened until she started smashing things like the barbarian that she is. and so I should be safe relatively. As Aldred, I look around, trying not to touch anything, searching for an exit. There aren't any other exits, just this. Oh no, I'm mistaken. I need to backtrack. As Aldred, I go back towards the room where I found the pressure plate and cautiously begin walking towards the north. She has to be somewhere around here. I'll yell down this corridor. Yukiro, are you over here? Yukiro! I roll to determine yes or no if Yukiro can hear Aldred. Yukiro can hear the faint voice of Aldred coming from the south, from the one of the exits of the corridor.
Aldred, I'm over here! I yell back.
Okay, don't break anything. Don't touch anything. I'll be right there.
I'll try.
As Aldred, I continue walking, poking the ground in front of me. I roll to determine if it's a corridor or a room. Aldred finds himself moving through a corridor, and at the end of the corridor there is a connecting second corridor. I pause for a moment and yell again. Yukiro, are you in that corridor? There is a corridor in front of me.
Baby, I don't know. You told me not to do anything, so I'm not.
Ah, yes, but I just realized something. You don't have a lantern with you, which means that you have been using some sort of... There must be light all around you in that section.
Oh, maybe. I guess there's windows.
There are windows? Can you look around to see what is the source of the light?
Okay. I go to one of the windows and I'll look out. The setting sun? I don't know. What do I see?
Roll on the D6 room feature, page 76.
Oh, 76, 76. Oh, there's a shrine and an idol nearby.
What do you see through the window, Yukiro?
It looks like a idol of some sort. Maybe it's to the gods. Who knows? But that's what I see.
As Aldred, I move into the corridor and can see Yukiro looking through a window. So there must be a connecting room. Okay, I'm guessing this. Yes, this is the north. But that shrine or idol. What's exactly what sort of structure is that? Roll on the room detail, page 73, room detail verb. 1d100 or 2d10s. One die is 10, the other one is ones.
It's a containment of some description.
Roll on the theme on page 74. Combine theme with the verb.
Oh, it's a demon.
Combine demon with containment. Come up with the interpretation of the idol or the shrine.
Okay, from what I can tell of whatever this thing is, and I could be wrong. I'm no religious figure, but it looks like it's an idol to keep a demon contained.
Were there such things in your back in your hometown?
We had stories, but no, I've never seen anything like it.
As Aldred, I move towards the north exit and exclaim, I'm thinking that this north exit from this corridor is going to eventually lead us to that room. Unless you want to break the window, you brute, but I don't know if it's a good idea to approach that idol.
Before he even finishes that sentence, I'm smashing the window with my sword and I'm jumping out.
Roll a d10.
A 2.
Roll in encounters in page 76, ruin encounters.
No.
A d20.
A guardian servitor?
Guardian servitor. Page 100. A humanoid combat robot. One of the statues animates and rushes towards the window, rolling to determine surprise. Yukiro must roll intelligence.
Oh. Well, at least I don't have any minuses on that. 13.
Comparing the 13 with the Guardian Servitor's average value. Hard value. Roll on the Machine General chat to determine the attack of the enemy. Enemy action D10 at full health. Roll 1d10 to determine its action.
6.
Standard attack. The statue, composed of circuitry and metal, unleashes a ballistic shot at Yukiro through the window.
I use my greatsword to try and deflect whatever shots I can.
Roll a d20 plus your defense rating.
Yes. 22.
Deflecting the projectiles easily. Roll to determine initiative. A d20 plus your initiative value, if you have it.
Which I don't, but that's okay. I got an 18.
Aldred has 11. Yukiro 18. The value of the Guardian Servitor
8.
8. Yukiro can now take action.
I charge at it and slash.
As Yukiro charges through the window, as Aldred, I scream, "What are you doing? Why are you going inside?" Yukiro must roll the d20 plus strength.
12.
Failing to connect, and due to the charging maneuver, she suffers -2 to the damage rating. As Aldred, I rush towards the window and pull out the medallion that I have been carrying all this time, shaped as some sort of screen of glass with a frame of metal. I press a button and the sound of static permeates the air. And I yell, "Eat Eldritch Blast, you statue monster of sorts!" The discharge of orange and purple waves misses the target completely. As I exclaim, "Yukiro, you're in the way!"
Well, sorry for being in the way.
Roll to determine the enemy action. 1d10 from the general chat channel in the Discord.
Yeah.
1d10.
It has a special attack, if any.
The statue opens its chest panel. A yellow chrome-like surface is revealed and produces a blast of yellow rays towards Yukiro. Yukiro can now take action to avoid.
I run behind a different statue to try and use that to block.
Roll d20 plus your defense rating -2 due to the charging maneuver. And determine based on your action a difficulty for the action. It could be average, hard, very hard, easy. According to the table on the Machine General chat. Your defense rating suffers a -2. If it's in the negative, it's going to apply to the roll. Roll a d20.
Easy?
Make the roll.
And I had a 6. So 21.
Safely behind the statue. Completely safe. Now Yukiro can take action.
I poke my head out from behind the statue and I yell, "Is this better?" And then I attack the thing from behind.
Roll to determine if you are within range to make that attack from behind the statue.
D20, yeah.
D20, just to determine if you are within range due to the maneuver.
13.
Within range. Roll attack. D20 plus the strength. Strength modifier.
19.
The blade connects. Roll damage.
D12.
D12.
I get a critical, don't I? Because I got 19. 4.
Multiplied by 2. 8.
Yeah, no. It was a 2, so it was multiplied by already. So 4. All my hits seem to be very weak.
There are cracks seen on the surface of the strange android. As Aldred, I yell, I think I have a clear shot. I aim the amulet, the medallion, against the enemy and release the wave of orange and violet waves. Missing again. The amulet makes a sound of being powered down. Choom! Oh, this thing is not working. Oh. Roll to determine the action of the enemy. 1d10, this time using the enemy action at 50% or less health. In the general chat channel of Discord.
Mm-hmm.
1d10.
Oh, another special attack.
The statue pivots and unleashes the same blast in the direction of Aldred. As Aldred, I yell and jump to the side, trying to get to the farthest corner available. I roll to determine the success. Failing completely. The blast impacts Aldred on the side
Aldred!
of his torso. 8 damage.
Oof.
Yukiro, you better do something. Yukiro cannot take action.
I will seek my vengeance, and I swing my greatsword.
Roll 1d20 plus strength.
Uh, 21. So
Roll damage. If it's critical, roll damage multiplied by 2.
No, 7. 14 in total.
The automaton falls to pieces under Yukiro's attack, and something comes from out of its center. Roll on the scavenging table, located on page 86 of the core book. A d20.
I look through the shambles and I found a random piece of gear.
Roll on the relevant table, located page 88. Random gear, a d10.
No. This random piece of gear is a full plate.
Come again?
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. Wrong one. Medical supplies.
Yukiro can spot a small pack with syringes and bottles. As Aldred, I get up. What was inside that thing, Yukiro?
Well, I'm no medical expert, but these look like syringes and maybe bandages. Oh yeah, look at this, bandages! And I wave it across over my head.
That looks similar to some of the things that the apothecaries and the priests have been employing to heal others. Perhaps we can use it. How injured are you, Yukiro?
I have a little scratch.
I did get hit pretty bad. Let me pull out my survival manual that I have been writing all these years. I wonder if it's worth it to try to heal myself. As Aldred, I look through the manual. Perhaps I can heal a bit, but I'm not so sure. Do you think we should save it for later?
Yeah, well, I can't really see you from down here, but I say if you're not, like, bleeding profusely, we hold on to it a little longer.
Yes, I think I can keep on walking. Well, it's easy for you to say it, right? Because you have an ox of a body, and I'm practically a mummy here. Okay. I wasn't blessed with
Well,
your perfect health.
I guess you just skipped leg day. It's fine. Do you think you can at least make it down here?
Yeah. As Aldred, I stand up and approach Yukiro and look around. Maybe there's something else in this room. Well, let's explore. But it's strange. Where exactly is the light coming from? And how is it moving across this entire corridor so easily?
I'm not sure. There was that shrine, though. Maybe the light's coming from there.
Roll a d20 to determine if the light is coming from the shrine.
2?
The light is not coming from the shrine. It must be something else. Let me try something. I'm sure I have something in my gear to further enlighten us as to this mystery. Because the entrance was not like this. Let's see. Perhaps. Well, I'm going to throw a bit of water into the air. Maybe that will give us a clue. As Aldred, I toss some water into the air. I roll to determine if there is an effect. Yes or no? No effect whatsoever. It's strange. There's nothing in the air either. I was thinking that perhaps, well, for example, some wizards speak about some things called nanoparticles. And they sometimes float in the air, providing some sort of illumination. But it's not that. Could it be that something is affecting our senses?
You know what? You're the expert. I just smash things good.
I don't think we'll be able to further determine what causes this illumination in this section of the structure. But I think it is a good idea to perhaps examine this shrine room further. Roll 1d4 to see if there are other exits.
3.
Apart from the area with the window, in the west, north, and east, there are 3 archways leading outside. Roll to determine further features of the room using the table and page. 76. One d6.
There's a fresco. I've never heard of that, though. So I don't know what that is.
It's one of those images from ancient times. They call them the times of the gods. Some of them do, at least. But what exactly is this image depicting? Do you make any sort of sense of it? Roll a d20, ruin event, page 77.
As I look at the picture, I try my best to understand it. And I turn to Aldred and say, it looks like some ancient conversation attempts. I don't really understand it. It's making my head hurt.
What do you mean?
Well, it just looks like some magical conversation.
A magical conversation?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the images are
no
so
idea.
abstract. Roll once on the page 73, room detail verb. Page 73 at the 100.
Discover.
And on the next page, 74, a D100 to combine it with discover.
Thief.
Come up with the interpretation. These figures are too abstract. What does your fortune telling perception tell you about this?
I squint my eyes and I kind of rest my hand between my finger and my thumb as I'm gazing at this image. From what I can see, there was a thief and someone was trying to discover something, or maybe they were trying to discover who the thief was. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I'm making out of this.
Well, that sounds a bit interesting, because if there was some sort of thief related to this place, thieves usually steal very valuable things. Perhaps the thief stole something value and it's still within this structure.
Ooh, you think the thief might be the demon, or the demon might be holding on to that special thing?
I'm not sure, because, well, we did see the idol animate this sort of like the statue that you destroyed. Unless there is, that's a very worrisome concept. What if there is a demon trapped in this place? Because I was hoping that we will find some sort of treasure left by the thief, but if there is a demon, I don't think we are properly equipped for that.
Yeah, even I have my doubts here, and I'm good at hitting things.
I do want to press a bit further, though, is to see if you know how my brother is turning into a statue, and I do have to wonder if we will find a way to help my brother, or perhaps even deactivate the security system that is plaguing your home.
Well, if we do come across any demons, I'll just hit it really hard.
Oh, but my friend, there are things in this world that can only be destroyed using the magic of the ancients.
Well, I'll leave that bit out to you.
But I'm out of juice. My device has deactivated. Perhaps we should set up camp.
Yeah, I suppose we'll have to.
Do you think it's safer to camp inside of these ruins or outside?
Can we get back outside? Because that magical teleportation thing was really... It was fun, but I don't fancy teleporting somewhere worse.
While you were in the other places, I discovered that if I use my walking stick, I can determine some of the pressure plates in the main room that we used to enter the structure, and I'm pretty sure I can guide us back outside if needed.
Okay. I will put my trust in you, my friend.
Yes. Let's move. Let's move back outside. As Aldred, I begin pacing towards the window to go back into the corridor.
And I follow along.
It is easy enough for Aldred to lead Yukiro back outside. Roll on the events table for the wasteland environment on page page 64, a d20.
A 2.
Yukiro and Aldred are safely outside, and Aldred speaks. I think it would be a good idea to make camp near the structure. At least it will give us some sort of protection from the elements.
Yeah. And we've got the building behind us, so nothing can creep up on us. Well, at least not from behind, anyway.
That is true. We can only worry about the three angles of attack instead of four.
Hmm.
And the session ends. Let's end it here.
Okay.
What do you think about the session, Yukiro?
It's definitely entertaining when you're playing the I give no shits, I'm just gonna go charge into things.
Yeah, for those of you that do not know, that's a trait of Yukiro's character. She has, I forget the name of the weakness, but she's like a very
What's it called?
somewhat low impulse control. Like when she's overconfident and she does things before considering things.
Yeah. I'm very arrogant. So that means odds that I do dumb shit. And evens I do not do dumb shit.
And now my character, like I would say he's built to be something very different from an adventurer. He has so many things against him, and he's cowardly. Like my willpower checks, they shift up when in danger. Everything becomes more difficult when I am in danger. The only thing good about me is that I have really good perception checks, and my magical device, right? But even that one is currently out of power. We will have to camp
Yeah.
to recover the power. Yeah.
Let's hope we don't die horribly in this place.
Although I would recommend that when you describe the actions that happen to your character, that you go into like a third person type of game master role, because sometimes it feels a bit like a monologue. Like as I am walking, I can see now this, and it's breaks the immersion a little bit.
Okay, I'll try.
It's not easy, right? Because you need to switch between first person to third. You need to be like in the game
Yeah.
master mode and in the first person mode. But I also found it that it's much how you say simpler to run things as we were doing it with in my case like telling you the tables that you need to use to roll.
Yeah, because it helps me find them, because otherwise I'd be scrolling endlessly and it'll take forever.
And it's how you say it's logical because for example when you're coming up with the interpretations and making the rolls, the other person can assist you doing that.
Yeah.
And because I am more familiar with the layout of the book, it's easier for me to jump, go up and down, clicking. So I think it's there is really a need for teamwork for those of you that are watching this. If you're playing without a game master, definitely if someone is more familiar with the book, have that player like roll on this, roll on that, and you're going to save a lot of time.
Yeah. I agree there. It is a lot easier.
And we survived 2 combat encounters, luckily.
Yeah.
I think it also helped that the results didn't point out too many special attacks because some of these creatures have some very interesting effects and attacks, but most of it was standard.
Yeah, I think we got lucky with the rolls there. These dice haven't let me down yet.
The lucky dice. And was it easy or difficult for you to apply like the difficulty for because some checks because you were coming up with the description, the interpretation, we needed to rely on your imagination of how difficult something or how easy something was going to be.
Yeah. That bit's a little bit tricky because it's like, how easy would this be for my character? If you know, granted, if you're not there, if you're there, then it's a little bit different because I can kind of bounce. But when you're not there, I have to remember that my character cannot do. Well, she's not terrible, but she doesn't have any bonuses in sort of like dexterity and stuff. So it's like, how hard would like going through things be for her when she's just a brute strength person? So it's like, would that be hard? Would that be easy, sort of thing?
And during your fight with the spectral, like the AI Phantom Projection Knight that you first fought, there was this moment when it stabbed at you, like he was stabbing, and then you moved to the side. And moving to the side is one of the best things that you can do against stabbing attacks. So that's why I immediately interjected that you got an advantage during that moment, because the side is completely exposed. Like if you're standing here and somebody does this, now you're here, like attacking from the side.
Yeah.
But and did you have fun with this sort of style of role playing, Yukiro?
It's a little more complex than what I'm used to, and I am, however, happy that my other dice, like the D10 stuff, are actually getting used, because
Mm-hmm.
in D&D, maybe it's just the ranger slash cleric class, I don't
Uh-huh.
get to use hardly any of my other dice, which
Mm.
is a shame because they're there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm glad we're getting the use of it, because the only two dice I haven't used yet is the D8, which I do use for my cleric, and
Mm-hmm.
the is it the 100? Yeah, no, yeah, the one with all the tens on it, the 10, 20,
The
30, that one.
D100. The D100. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And it also serves as a good practice for running your games later on in the future because you've only been a dungeon master for one of your younger relatives, correct? Once?
yeah, and that was like completely homebrew. That was not like D&D or anything.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Uh-huh. Because for anyone watching, if you want to learn how to be dungeon master, game master, it is easy enough to take one of these solo systems. And because you have to be your own dungeon master or game master, you're going to start getting into the groove of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Yukiro, for undertaking this session with me, and we can continue next Tuesday, probably, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm off. Uh, as far as the rota says at the moment, they
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't change it, but who knows?
If this
Trust trust
schedule
trust nothing.
changes, the time changes or whatever, we can always play it later if you're not too sleepy because it's pretty late over there, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they haven't changed it so far, so I think we're okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh-huh. Mm. I also I need to make some sense of the ruins that we revealed. Also, if you can like make like a little map of what has been revealed so far, or even watch the video because we did get tangled a bit because of the teleportation device. The
Yeah.
first thing the teleportation happened, I was like, oh, fuck, like, oh no. Everybody hates that. Everybody, even in like the old school video game dungeon crawl type of games like Might and Magic, when you step into the teleport and you're like, oh no.
Yeah. And then you're suddenly somewhere else and you get disorientated, and I'm just like, oh great.
That's
That's
why
why when the second
immediately. Go
yeah,
ahead, go
that's
ahead.
why the second teleport happened, and I was kind of glad I had something that was a desire, and like, so I could just get distracted for a bit, so I could just like think for a second.
And you're still like in a. You're like, you got mutated in a very weird way.
Yeah.
And we apparently, because of we didn't have any other effects, it didn't have an effect on combat. It's more like getting adjusted to your new body.
Yeah.
But we definitely need to make a roll to see if the like Hulk-like muscles go away. So it's very weird. But yeah, but when it comes to mechanical effects like that, it's always difficult to handle because you're not exactly sure if that is if the transformation is going to affect your dice rolls or whatever. So I think it
Yeah.
was handled better. Like it was just like a cosmetic change. Maybe you're not like muscle mass appeared. Perhaps the muscles redistributed themselves, or it was like an extension or how you say inflammation of the muscles. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows with the wizardy AI?
Mm-hmm.
It could be
Yeah, because
anything.
what if it's AI related, right? Like some sort of nanomachines or strange radiation got into your
Yeah.
body, and we should have. That, I think that was a misstep on our part. We should have rolled to see if there were mechanical effects for the transformation.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Uh-huh.
Maybe we can do, if we remember, we can do that, and I can just like wake up and realize,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
maybe your character can.
Uh-huh. We can always, as I always say, roleplay solves everything. So we can determine
Yes.
that in the next session. Well, thank you to everyone watching this live stream, this actual play. I hope it was informative, entertaining, definitely a challenging way to share the game master role with someone else. But I think it proceeded quite smoothly considering it was our first time doing this sort of experience. together.
Yeah.
And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Like, subscribe, take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. And don't forget to check out Yukiro's channel. The link is going to be in the description. We do collabs. She plays video games. She also does all sorts of like random streams sometimes. So definitely check it out. And
I'm as random as my character.
and remember, in tabletop role-playing games, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later. Stopping the recording in 10 seconds.